Welcome, mums and dads. If your child needs a boost or is stuck on challenging maths, you're not alone. I'm here to share tips and encouragement that have helped thousands of kids and their parents feel a lot more confident about maths. You're doing great. So let's get started. So this question number 3. The keywords are ABCG, trapezium, BCEF, rhombus. When I said to you the right and proper habits, I was referring to this. Trapezium. So I have to look for A, B, C, G. Ask myself, which pair of line looks parallel? Answer, A, B, G, C. It can't be the other one. Second one, rhombus. Guys, what I'm about to say, I really need you to pick up. Whenever you see the word rhombus, you have to do several things. Number 1, you have to make sure that you label this to show that you get an isosceles triangle. The isosceles is normally the solution. I repeat that. When it comes to rhombus, isosceles is normally the solution. Can you burn that into your mind, please? And then, of course, these lines being equal, since I changed the one stroke here into 2, it means that this would also become equal. So all these lines are equal. That's the first habit for rhombus. The second habit for rhombus would be to draw arrows to show parallel lines. This is critical. Now, I'm going to begin solving the question as you see it. Ready? The first triangle that I'm going to use is I'm going to use this triangle, BEF. And I'm going to use this triangle to find this angle, BEF. Okay? So to find angle BEF, this is what I'm going to do. Angle BEF. 180 minus 76 divided by 2. Guys, what would be wrong if I did this? Let's say I gave you the correct answer, which is 52. Can you tell me why would your teacher mark this wrong? In order of operations, if your teacher taught you this, they would have taught you that you need to divide before you subtract, right? But if you don't want to do division first, then you must put a bracket around this. Otherwise, you'll be marked wrong. Okay? So now that you got 52, where is the 52? So, if I found that this angle is 52, several other angles are also 52. This will be 52, 52, 52, 52. This is a property that exists only for rhombus and squares. Does not include parallelogram and rectangles. Okay? So, now that I know this is 52, and I know that this is a straight line, remember just now the formula I taught you? The one that I said a lot of students don't do this in the previous question. I said, just to remind you, that if I get a shape like this, I know that this angle A plus the angle B will give me the angle C, right? But what happens if A and B happen to be equal? What happens if A and B happen to be equal and I give you A? Let's say I tell you that A is 45 degrees. Okay, maybe not. I gave 50 degrees. How would you find angle C then? Anyone? 50 times 2, right? Because if this is 50 and A and B are equal and they add up together, then I will take 50 times 2 to get 100, right? Now imagine if I took this away and I tell you A and B are equal and C is 100. Now, I would like you to take your attention here. I will do an equivalent for you to see. Can you see now that this angle here is this angle? This angle here is this angle. This angle here is this angle. I'll give you a moment. Can you pick it up? So, if I know that this is an isosceles triangle, then I also know that these two angles are equal. This is equal to this. If I take 52 divided by 2, I will immediately get this and this. So, do you now realize how useful this rule is, if you can see it? This is how I do most angle questions, by the way. It gives me a lot of shortcut. Okay? So, angle P is 52 divided by 2. That's it. 26. And I'm done. Okay? The name of this rule, base angle isosceles triangle. I just taught you. Like what you see? Feel free to share this with other parents to help them benefit from these learning videos. Together, we can make math way less stressful for everyone. Now that I know this angle is 26 degrees, My next goal is to find Q. Now, let me ask you a question, guys. If I were to say that this angle is 55, sorry, and then if I didn't find that this is 52, and then because of this, I say this must be 55. Why isn't it 50? How it can't be two angles, right? It can't be 52 and 55. So one of them is wrong. Which one is wrong? 52 or 55? Yeah, because if this is 55, then you can't get 76, right? Yeah. So it is definitely 55 is wrong, 52 is correct. But why? Why would you think that it's 55 in the first place? Because you will be assuming what? You're assuming that these two lines are parallel, but they're actually not parallel. They just look parallel. They are not. Okay? So be careful of such things, huh? All right. Now, 3 degrees difference. Okay, so listen. Let me carry on. If I now know, listen please. If I now know that this angle is 104 because it's 52 and 52, and I wish to find this angle here, it would help if I either knew this angle or if I knew this angle. They are the same thing. This angle and this angle are equal because this line is parallel to this line. Does it make sense? Okay, so find either one and you'll be able to find Q. So how do I do that? So what I'm going to do is this. Are you able to tell me how much is this? How do you get 59? Because this angle here is the equivalent of this angle here because it's a rhombus. And that means that if I were to take 76, which is this angle, minus the 17 that you see here, I will get the angle here, right? So that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, so this is what you need to say. Please pay attention. Angle BCE, this angle here, is equals to angle BFE, opposite angle of rhombus. Or you can put parallelogram, it's still correct. Because rhombus is a special parallelogram. That's why it's still correct. Now you take your 76 and you subtract away the 17 to get this angle here. Okay, this is 76. So angle BCG is 76 minus 17, 59. Now you got this. You can make use of this angle to find this angle because it's a triangle. Okay, angle BGC would then be 180 minus 104. Okay, it's 52, so I didn't calculate that. I'm going to write it down. Minus away the 59, and that will give me the angle over here, 17 degrees. Very good. So if this is 17 degrees, then I can take 180 minus 55 and 17 to get my answer. That's it. I'm done already, right? Now let me say one more thing before you start asking me questions. Let me finish it first, and then I want to say one more thing. If I take 180 minus 55 minus 17, that will give me 108, and that's the answer, by the way, for part B. Okay, you should get 108 degrees. Now, I did a very long thing that I shouldn't have done. There was a shortcut. What is the shortcut for getting the 17? Can you see another 17 in the diagram? Can you see another 17 in the diagram? Yes, right? So what does that tell you? So if this is 17, then so is this. Why? Because this is a rhombus. And because it is a rhombus, these two lines are parallel. That means this angle is actually this angle here. So once you got that, you will have gotten your answer. That's it, we are done. I'm so grateful to be part of your family's math adventure. Remember, confidence grows with every small step. So please join our supportive community by commenting, subscribing, and tapping the bell. Want more resources? I've gathered them in the description below for you.